Hello students, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to talk about a concept, lifestyle and disease patterns. The main objectives in this lesson are to understand firstly what is lifestyle, then to understand the relationship between lifestyle and various diseases. We will also try to understand what are the various types of lifestyle diseases. Firstly, let us know what is a lifestyle. Lifestyle is a way used by people, groups and nations. It is formed in specific geographical, economic, political, cultural and religious text. Lifestyle is referred to the characteristics of inhabitants of a region in special time and place. It includes day-to-day behaviors and functions of individuals in job, activities, fun and diet. Now, coming to relation between lifestyle and health. In recent decades, lifestyle is an important factor in health is more interested by the researchers. According to World Health Organization, 60% of related factors to individuals' health and quality of life are correlated to lifestyle. Millions of people follow an unhealthy lifestyle. Hence, they encounter illness, disability and sometimes even death. Problems like metabolic diseases, joint and skeletal problems, cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, overweight, violence and so on can be caused by unhealthy lifestyle. The relationship of lifestyle and health should be highly considered for this particular reason. Today, wide changes have occurred in the life of everyone. Malnutrition, unhealthy diet, smoking, alcohol consumption, drug abuse, stress and so on are the presentations of unhealthy lifestyle that they are used as dominant form of lifestyle. Besides this, the lives of people across the world are facing with new challenges. For instance, emerging new technologies within IT such as internet and virtual communication networks lead our world to a major challenge that threatens the physical and mental health of the individual. The challenge is the overuse and misuse of the technology. Therefore, according to existing studies, it can be said that lifestyle has a significant influence on physical and mental health of a human being. Now, there are various variables of lifestyle that influences our health. These can be categorized as first one is diet and body mass index. Diet is the greatest factor in lifestyle and has a direct and positive relation with health. Poor diet and its consequences like obesity is the common health problem in urban societies. Unhealthy lifestyle can be measured by body mass index. Urban lifestyle leads to nutrition problems like using fast foods and poor nourishment foods, increasing problems like cardiovascular diseases. Unhealthy eating habits, stressful lifestyle and reduced physical activity translate to obesity. Anybody who is overweight suffers from breathing issues, blood pressure, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes and other health issues. This is also the first step to your body attracting all kinds of other lifestyle diseases. According to National Family Health Survey, India is the second highest obese population with 155 million people being obese, a number that is increasing at an alarming rate each year. Now, the next variable which influences our lifestyle is exercise. For treating general health problems, the exercise is included in our lifestyle. The continuous exercise along with a healthy diet increases the health. Some studies stress on the relation of active lifestyle with happiness. Therefore, the more you exercise, the more better your health will be and more happy you will be. The next important variable is sleep. One of the bases of healthy life is the sleep. Sleep cannot be apart from life. Sleep disorders have several social, psychological, economical and health consequences. Lifestyle may affect sleep and sleep has a clear influence on mental and physical health. Therefore, it is very important for you to have good amount of sleep. Then the next variable is sexual behavior. Normal sex relation is necessary in a healthy life. Dysfunction of sex relation is a problem of most of the societies, and it has a significant effect on mental and as well as physical health. It can be said that dysfunctional sex relation may result in various family problems or also sex related illnesses like HIV/AIDS. Then the next one is substance abuse. Addiction is considered as an unhealthy lifestyle. Smoking and using other substance may result in various problems. Cardiovascular disease, asthma, cancer, brain injury are some of the diseases which are related to substance use. There is another important variable which we often ignore, which is medication abuse. It is a common form of using medication and it is considered as an unhealthy lifestyle. Unhealthy behaviors in using medication are as follows. People who go for self-treatment, sharing medication, using medications without prescription, prescribing too many medicines, prescribing the large number of each particular drug, unnecessarily taking medicines and disregard towards medicines. People also disregard harmful effects of drugs, not explaining the effects of drugs. All these are misuse of medication. Then the next one is application of modern technologies. Advanced technology facilitates the life of human beings. Misuse of technology may result in unpleasant consequences. For example, using of computer and other devices up to midnight may affect on the pattern of sleep and may disturb sleep. Addiction to use of mobile phone is related to depression. Then we talk about recreation. Leisure pastime is a sub-factor of lifestyle. Neglecting leisure and your hobbies can bring negative consequences. With disorganized planning, and unhealthy leisure also will endanger the health of an individual. Now next let us talk about what are the various lifestyle diseases. Lifestyle diseases are ailments that are primarily based on the day-to-day habits of people. Habits that detract people from activity and push them towards sedentary routine can cause a number of health issues that can lead to chronic non-communicable diseases that can also have near life threatening consequences. Non-communicable diseases kill around 40 million people each year. That is around 70% of all deaths globally, WHO 2011. Non-communicable diseases are chronic in nature and cannot be communicated from one person to another. They are a result of combination of factors including genetics, physiology, environment and behavior. The main types of non-communicable diseases are cardiovascular and chronic respiratory diseases in addition to cancer. Non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular diseases, stroke, diabetes and certain forms of cancer are heavily linked to lifestyle choices and hence are often known as lifestyle diseases. These non-communicable diseases are caused to a massive extent basically by 4 behavioral risk factors are tobacco use, unhealthy diet, insufficient physical activity and harmful use of alcohol. According to World Health Organization, low and middle income countries and poorer people in all countries are worst affected by deaths due to non-communicable diseases. It is a vicious cycle of risk where poor are increasingly exposed to behavioral risk factors for non-communicable diseases and in turn such diseases may play a significant role in driving people and their families towards poverty. It may start from an individual and eventually affects entire country. In a country like India, for example, it was slated for an economic loss of more than $236 million in 2015 on account of unhealthy lifestyles and faulty diet. That is why, in order to tackle the global impact of non-communicable diseases, it has to be aggressively confronted in the most affected areas and communities. But what are the causes of these non-communicable diseases? The causes of non-communicable diseases can be divided into 3 broad categories. First is modifiable behavioral risk factors. Second, non-modifiable risk factors. And the third one is metabolic risk factors. Let us first see what are modifiable behavioral risk factors. Behavioral risk factors such as excessive use of alcohol, bad food habits, eating and smoking tobacco, physical inactivity, wrong body posture and disturbed biological clock increase the likelihood of non-communicable diseases. The modern occupational setting, which are mostly desk job, and the stress related to work is also being seen as the potent risk for non-communicable disorders. According to WHO, more than 7 million people die each year due to use of tobacco, and the fatality rate is projected to increase markedly in the years to come. Excessive use of sodium in the diet causes 4.1 million deaths per year, while alcohol intake leads to 1.65 million deaths due to non-communicable diseases. A simple lack of physical activity has been claiming 1.6 million lives annually. Then we talk about non-modifiable risk factors. These risk factors that cannot be controlled or modified by an application of an intervention can be called as non-modifiable risk factors, which include age, race, gender and genetics. Then you have metabolic risk factors. Metabolic risk factors lead to 4 major changes in the metabolic system that increase the possibility of non-communicable diseases. First is increased blood pressure, second obesity, third increased blood glucose levels or hyperglycemia, then increased levels of fat in the blood or hyperlipidemia. Increased blood pressure is a leading metabolic risk factor globally with 19% of global deaths attributed to it, followed by obesity and hyperglycemia. Now let us talk about 4 major lifestyle diseases. First one is CVD, which is cardiovascular disease, which are a group of disorders of heart and blood vessels, and it includes ischemic heart disease, heart stroke, peripheral arterial disease, congenital heart disease. Cardiovascular diseases are number 1 cause of death globally and account for more than 17 million deaths per year. The number is estimated to rise by 2030 to more than 23 million a year. Talking about the various risk factors associated with cardiovascular diseases, as you can see in the table, the major modifiable risk factors are high blood pressure, abnormal blood lipids, tobacco use, physical inactivity, obesity, unhealthy diet, which is like more salt in the diet, diabetes, which can lead to cardiovascular diseases, and heavy alcohol use. Now, these major modifiable risk factors can be part of the lifestyle of an individual. Then coming to non-modifiable risk factors associated with cardiovascular diseases. These are age. Higher the age, more there is a possibility of cardiovascular diseases. Heredity or family history can also be a reason for heart issues. Gender, generally we see that men are more related to heart diseases than women. Then finally it is ethnicity or race. These non-modifiable risk factors cannot be controlled by our lifestyle, but still they are present, and it is important for us to understand the risk factors to prevent cardiovascular diseases. Apart from these, the other risk factors which can lead to cardiovascular diseases include inflammatory markers, that is creatine protein, abnormal blood coagulation, that is elevated blood levels in fibrinogen and lipoprotein. These other risk factors are part of our physiological system. So, with proper drugs and interventions, these can be controlled. Now, talking about the risk factors of diabetes. Diabetes is a very common lifestyle disorder you see in many people these days, and it is increasing day by day at a very alarming level. Now we talk about diabetes. Diabetes is a metabolism disorder that affects the way the body uses food for energy and physical growth. There are 4 types of diabetes: type 1, type 2, gestational and pre-diabetes, which is impaired glucose tolerance. Type 2 diabetes is the most common diabetes in the world and is caused by modifiable behavioral risk factors such as age, etc. Now coming to major modifiable risk factors, the major reasons in our lifestyle which may lead to diabetes are unhealthy diets, physical inactivity, being obese or overweight, having high blood pressure, having high cholesterol, heavy alcohol use, psychological stress, high consumption of sugar and low consumption of fiber. Since major modifiable risk factors can be modified by changes in the lifestyle, all these risk factors are in control of an individual. Then coming to non-modifiable risk factor, advanced age can be a reason for diabetes. Family history is also seen as one of the major reason for diabetes. Genetics, race, distribution of fat in the body can also be reason for diabetes. And apart from this, other risk factors for diabetes include presence of autoantibodies and low socio-economic status. Then we talk about cancer. Cancer affects different parts of the body and is characterized by a rapid creation of abnormal cells in that part and can invade other parts of the body as well. More than 7 million people die of cancer each year and 30% of those diseases are attributed to a lifestyle choices of the individual. Then we discuss chronic respiratory diseases. Some of the most underdiagnosed conditions, chronic respiratory diseases, are a potent cause of death globally, with 90% of deaths taking place in low income countries. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and asthma are the two main types of chronic respiratory diseases. Talking about the factors leading to chronic respiratory diseases, the lifestyle factors include majorly cigarette smoking, dust and chemicals, environmental tobacco smoke, not cigarette but other forms of tobacco, air pollution, infections. So, cigarette smoking seems to be a highest risk factor to develop chronic respiratory diseases. Apart from it, the other risk factors can also include genetics and age. But how can we control and prevent these lifestyle diseases? An important way of controlling non-communicable diseases, that are lifestyle diseases, is by controlling the risk factors associated with it. In other words, a number of communicable diseases can be prevented by controlling the behavioral and lifestyle habits associated with those diseases. There are a number of low-cost solutions that can be implemented by the government and other involved group to reduce the common modifiable risk factors. Monitoring the trends of non-communicable diseases and their associated risk is crucial for guiding policies and also guidelines. A comprehensive approach is essential that involves all sectors including health, finance, education, planning and others to minimize the impact of lifestyle diseases on individuals and society. The approach needs to instigate a collaborative effort to minimize the risk associated with non-communicable diseases and at the same time inspire interventions to control and prevent them. Lifestyle diseases are a threat to socio-economic aspects of nations globally, and appropriate actions for their management are the need of the moment. Management of lifestyle diseases includes proper diagnosis, screening and treatment of these diseases in addition to providing palliative care for people who require it. Quality lifestyle disease interventions need to be delivered through primary healthcare approach where early detection and proper treatment are prioritized. Now let us summarize what we have learned in today's lesson. Every one of us has a different way of living which is termed as a lifestyle. The lifestyle of the individual determines the various aspects of behavior, particularly health behavior. There is a strong relation between health and lifestyle. According to World Health Organization, 60% of related factors to individual health and quality of life are correlated to the lifestyle. Millions of people follow an unhealthy lifestyle. Hence, they encounter illness, disability, or sometimes even death. There are different variables which influence lifestyle, which are diet and exercise, sleep, sexual behavior, substance abuse, medication abuse, etc. Lifestyle diseases are ailments that are primarily based on the day-to-day habits of people. The main types of non-communicable diseases or the lifestyle diseases are cardiovascular and chronic respiratory diseases in addition to cancer. Non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular diseases, stroke, diabetes and certain forms of cancer are heavily linked to lifestyle choices and hence are often known as lifestyle diseases. These diseases are caused by modifiable behavioral risk factors, non-modifiable risk factors and metabolic risk factors.